our school year. Uh, we're off to a great start. I appreciate you coming out this morning, frigid temperatures, but you're here and you're smiling and you're looking good this morning. I would like to introduce Mr. Matt Steele. He is the newly elected Health Human Service Principal, so I'm going to let him have some opening remarks.
I just wanted to say that I'm excited to be working here in the building in a new capacity on the administration team. We've got a great academy and a great school, and I also want to say I'm looking forward to getting to work with each of you more often and on a more regular basis. And if there is anything you ever need from me or any concern or question you have, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll do everything I can to get it addressed for you. So thank y'all so much for coming today. Really appreciate it. And again, look forward to visiting more with you after the meeting's over.
Okay, Ms. Mary Williams and Mr. Chris Cross, our college and career coaches, will have some general updates from their office.
Good morning. I just wanted to kind of give you a little brief overview as to what we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have College and Career Fair on the 17th. It's going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be at Don Griggs Fieldhouse. And we'll be including 9th through 12th grade. Some of the things, we're going to have about 30 businesses and within the community, including some of the colleges from around the state. And so it'll give, especially 9th graders, opportunity to visit with those, colleges and businesses, kind of get an idea as to what they may want to do or start thinking about what kind of career they want to have or start preparing for it.
What date was that, ma'am?
It's on the 17th, and it starts at 8. It's going to be from 8 to 12. It'll also give the 9th graders an opportunity to come through and tour the high school. They're going to get to have lunch in the common area, and they'll get to view the VOTEC experience.
But it's for all students.
It's going to be from 9th through 12th grade.
There's another upcoming event that we're going to be executing this semester is that we're going to be doing a career exploration camp. And what that is pretty much a camp where we're going to expose students to different types of careers, such as automotive services, advanced manufacturing, nursing, I want to say culinary arts. And we're going to actually offer that twice this semester. One's going to be February the 23rd. It's going to be on our Marjorie campus. So we're going to be transporting students a limited number of we're going to transport a limited number of students here from Jonesboro to our Marjorie campus for that day, so they actually get that hands-on experience to be exposed to those types of careers. And then on March 2nd, we're going to be transporting a limited number to our Jonesboro Technical Center, where they actually learn about culinary arts, manufacturing, welding in that area as well too. So please encourage kids to come and participate in that camp as well.
What was that date?
It's going to be March 2nd.
March 2nd.
Yes, ma'am. It's a really good event. Last year we hosted on our Newport campus, and the kids really enjoyed it because it was pretty much like different types of careers, like surgical tech, nursing, computer network technology. And I want to say our surgical tech program actually allowed our students to actually cut up just so they can actually feel what it feels like to actually cut up a human being on a surgery table as well too. So the kids would actually really like it. So
If you're not on the JHS, if you don't have an email address that's in our school system, you can still receive the Jonesboro High School announcements every morning. You can go on the Jonesboro School District page and go to the high school link and look at morning announcements to get morning announcements. And those announcements will have different programs that are taking place, different trips. So if you're not receiving a daily email from the school with the announcements, that's a way to get those announcements. But if you would like to get those daily announcements after this meeting this morning, you can go in the front office and give them an email address, and they can put you in the system so that you can get those daily emails. Yes, sir.
Some I don't.
Okay.
I don't get them daily. I got the one about this.
Yeah, I did too.
Did you get JJ's morning announcements yesterday?
I got that yesterday for the first time.
I did also.
Okay. And it could be a glitch in the system. I know that sometimes it's not managed. We put the announcements and form the email in the Blackboard system, and it sends the email out. So it could be a glitch in the system. So if you don't mind going by checking and make sure we had the correct email while you're here this morning. That way we can justify that and get you, make sure that you're getting that email daily. ACT prep, we're gonna offer, ACT prep after school before the ACT exam again. We offered it in December, and we had a pretty decent amount of participation, so we're gonna offer that again, so you get some information about that, when we're gonna offer ACT prep in the afternoon after school, and there's no cost to the parent or student for that. So if your child is interested in taking an ACT prep after school, there's an opportunity after school for them to do that with no cost. Yes, sir.
Dr. Lewis, when should these students start taking the ACT test? And I'm talking about grade-wise.
Early as possible. I wouldn't say just start now. If they were 8th grade, that exposure is going to help those students get familiar with the test and see how the test is formatted so that they can get themselves prepared for the next level.
So in other words, I got one in the 10th, 11th grade, one of them behind the ball, right?
Yes, sir. I would say that if they hadn't been exposed to that and they're not familiar with the test, I would encourage them to go see Miss Mary or Chris to get signed up, or go see their academy counselor so that they can get a fee waiver and get signed up for that ACT exam. Also, there's also Saturday ACT camp that is a $50 fee, but if you fill out a form, there is an opportunity for you to have a scholarship for that ACT camp on Saturday. So, yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. One of the things that a lot of parents and students don't understand, we have concurrent offerings on campus. You can take college algebra, your senior year, you can take composition, which those courses are concurrent courses, meaning they give you college credit for taking those and passing them. You'll get that would be, those two classes would be 9 hours of college credit. Here's what people don't understand. You have to have a minimum ACT score.
I had a parent yesterday tell me, well, we're waiting to send the transcript until the score gets higher. That doesn't matter. They just want to see their highest score. The more they take it, the more familiar they are with the format, and the better their chances at doing better. And we even offer those concurrent classes as a 10th grader. And so if they don't have that ACT score, then it makes it difficult for them to enroll at ASU. So we do recommend that they start taking it at least for the first time after geometry, and then take it as many times as they feel like they can handle it.
And the test never changes. The only thing changes on the test is the actual questions. The same types of questions, the same numbers of the types of questions for every test. You'll hear a kid come out of a test and say, it was more trig on this test. That's not true. There are 4 trigonometry questions on every ACT. 4 of the 60 are trig, period. And that never changes. And that's why what Ms. Watts is saying is so true. You can learn how to do well on that test. And that's what Doc's telling you about the ACT prep, boot camps, and those various things. They work. They work because the test never changes.
Do they have a ACT prep online that you can practice?
They do, and Dr. Lewis mentioned the ACT waivers. If you qualify for the SNAP program through federal guidelines, you also qualify for 2 fee waivers that your child can use during during their 11th and their 12th grade year. Other than that, you don't. I know all of us get free lunch, but we can't use those guidelines. If you qualify for the federal free lunch program through the national guidelines, there is free ACT prep online through the ACT site, and so you qualify for that automatically. You can also purchase it. It's online. And then there are other programs, like Kaplan has one that's online that you can do. There's a local company in town that does it, that's the Learning Center, that it's really good. And then as Dr. Lewis and Dr. Flanagan were saying, our teachers do one, and they've been doing it for years, and it is really good as well. And that one's the one that's every Saturday before the ACT.
ACT also sends us practice books that when I have students come and want to register for the ACT, I hand them a practice book. So it has actual questions that would be similar to what's on the test. And that's free.
Considering you don't qualify, how much is it?
It went up this year. Is it 48?
I think it's $46.50.
Okay.
I think.
About how many times do they give the ACT a year?
Seven now, it's six.
Six.
They added the test.
Every other month.
We didn't add it in July. The July test is not here.
So you're saying they give it
it's
about
not
6
here
times a
yet.
year,
It's
is
not.
that correct?
So they have one this month.
Of Twitter. ACT has an account that they can follow, and they give a question a day. And those questions sometimes appear on the test, and that would be a good dinner time conversation, or if you're in the car, tell them, pull up your Twitter and see what the question is for today. And it will give them the options, and then it does give them the correct answer. So just, that would be real quick, a way that you could practice each day, just one question.
What is the way to get that? Do you know?
The Twitter, it's ACT Student. If they search for that under ACT Student, it will pop up as a selection that they can click on and then follow them.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
How long does the after-school prep last?
We kind of model it to accommodate after-school activities, and then if you need immediate to stay right after school, we'll accommodate you then. Usually it's about an hour to an hour and a half. So if you need to stay right after school, that's an option, or we have a 5 o'clock option for those kids that are in after-school activities.
Okay, this every day during the week.
It's only gonna be offered like 2 days in that week, whenever those teachers come up with the dates that they're gonna be available.
Like you get $1,000, you get $1,000.
Yes, sir. That was the one that the college and career coaches put on through ASU News Board. Ms. Mary, was that offered every day after school?
Every day.
And this one is not gonna be every day.
Because they work now at school.
Okay. But that Saturday option would be an option for them for ACT prep. And the last thing, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Mr. Gabe. We're offering a spirit closet. So if you have any Jonesboro gear at home that your child has grew out of, we will accept those as donations. And what our spirit closet is gonna be for students who do not have Jonesboro gear. They'll have an option to go in that closet and get some Jonesboro gear to wear to football games, wear to band events, wear to all Jonesboro events, because some students just do not have the Jonesboro gear. So we have put that in place as an opportunity for every student to have an opportunity to have some Jonesboro gear to wear in the community and wear for different events outside of Jonesboro. So if you have any items, you can drop them off at the front office, and we would graciously appreciate that.
Dr. Lewis,
Yes, sir.
do the individuals have an opportunity to donate money to the people, to the Jonesboro High School, to pick up gear for the individuals that does not seem to be able to afford it?
Yes, sir.
They do have that.
That's an option. Any other questions about the spirit closet? So if you have a $5 donation, we will accept that donation towards the spirit closet to buy a Jonesboro gear for a student. We appreciate that. And also, if you have any donations toward our food bank or our recycling project that we have, we would appreciate those donations as well. Do we have any other questions so far? We're going to turn it over to Mr. Gabe for a quick update on lead tire and then go over registration.
I think some of you were here last time we had this meeting, and I went over about lead hire and what it is, but I just want to go over it again for those of you that weren't here. Lead hire is a program that we are involved in this year, starting with a company called Equal Opportunity Schools. What the goal of this is to get more students involved in our advanced placement programs, especially low-income and minority students. So that's what the purpose of lead hire is, H-I-G-H-E-R, lead hire. So what we have done since the last time we met is going back, we had our students do a survey, and we had our students fill out some questions about, are you interested in advanced placement? If not, why are you not interested in it? So we had students give us some input on some things that they're thinking about advanced placement classes. This company took all of that data from the survey. They also took test scores and grades and then brought us back, I call them baseball cards. So we now have our cards on all of our students, which has all of that information together in one spot on every student. So we have that student's grades, test scores, and then this company has told us This group of about 300 students are the ones that we should target for advanced placement for next year because of their interest in the program. For whatever reason in the past, they've not signed up for AP classes, but because of their test scores, their grades that they've had in the past, and also their interest, this would be a good group. So we now have that group that we're going to be targeting over the next couple of months to contact in multiple different ways, and that's where we are now. We're setting up where we're going to send letters to the parents and students, have maybe a meeting to where we get all of the students together and the parents together one night to where we talk about advanced placement and let the students and parents know what advanced placement is if they don't know from the past, and just make multiple contacts with these students to try to encourage them to sign up for those advanced placement classes for next year. Because we have the data now from this company that shows these are the students that we've missed in the past, but because of their interest, their test scores, their grades, they would be great candidates to participate in our advanced placement classes. So that's where we are now with that. We have our data, we have our group of students. Our next step is we're going to be contacting the students and the parents to gauge their interest and to really just encourage them to sign up for these AP classes, because we all know that to be successful in college, you really need to be challenging yourself at this level. If you're not taking advanced placement classes now, you're not, it's going to be, I'm not saying it's impossible to be successful in college, but it's going to be a lot more difficult because you're not putting yourself through that challenge. I had a student yesterday want to get out of AP Biology, and I said, "Are you going to college?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Well, then I'm not taking you out of AP Biology," because it was the only AP class on her schedule. I said, "You need that challenge. You need to push yourself. You need to challenge yourself, and you need to work through this so that when you get to college, you'll be able to handle that challenge level." So that's what we're encouraging our students to do, and we're looking for more students to be in advanced placement. And like I said, especially low-income minority students, because that group of students has just been skipped over in the past with getting in advanced placement classes. So now we have that data, we're going to have that encouragement, and we want to encourage all of you to encourage your students to take an advanced placement class. And it doesn't have to be an advanced placement English that they need to meet graduation requirements. We have tons of options, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But there's lots of options out there for the students to take to get that challenge and work up to that challenge of getting themselves prepared for college. And the best way to do that is to challenge yourself at the high school level. And that's what